The Dark Tower. This movie stars a young kid that I apologise do not know the name of, as well as Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey, and this follows the story of the novels, the Dark Tower novels by Stephen King, which I'll get into a little bit of, you know, the mix and match between the novels, but in the movie we see the story of this young kid that basically has the ability in his dreams to see stuff from other planets, and he truly believes it's real, and then obviously figures out a way to go into the world, into another world, and meet up with the gunslinger to stop the man in black, Walter, which, I mean, that's not an threat, that's a terrible name, but Walter, from destroying the Dark Tower that protects the Earths. This is a big tower that protects all these Earths, and if it's destroyed, all hell breaks loose, literally. So, this movie obviously flows off the books, but from what I've heard, it's kind of a mix and match between the Gunslinger books, and the other two have been kind of implemented into the Gunslinger book, but it's predominantly the Gunslinger book. I have not read the Dark Tower books, which I think, I'm not a huge reader, but if I was to read any books, I think Stephen King would be where I go straight away. Definitely. But I always hate a movie. I've only read a few books because of school predominantly. That sounds so uneducated. But I'm not a huge reader. I prefer to watch things, and I watch a shit ton of TV and a shit ton of movies, as you can guys see. But I read a few books, and one of the ones I remember is 1984, which is a tremendous book. But after watching the movie that some people say is alright, it is so, like, it just completely ruins it if you've read the book. So I don't want to ruin movies predominantly because of what I've read. That's the biggest thing. I want to judge a movie on its movie, not on the book it was based on, as much as that sounds hypocritical with some of the comic book stuff. But you know, it's hard. I don't want to be picking out stuff that they missed or didn't put in, or, you know, fucked up, changed or whatever from the books, which is why I predominantly do not read books, but Stephen King would be one I would if I did. But let's actually get into the review before I explain my fucking biography of books. This movie was there. This is the only way I can put it, it's just there, which I am surprised that I can say it's semi-enjoyable for someone that hasn't read the books. Initially I thought this movie was going to be absolutely terrible. I saw a lot of, you know, the IMDb ratings and a few of the, you know, posts about the movie saying, you know, it's bad, it's trash, blah, blah, blah. I don't think that movie was awful. I think the characters, Idris Elba was really good in this movie. The young kid was quite good as well. Matthew McConaughey was kind of Matthew McConaughey as he always is, but it's just villain Matthew McConaughey. And, you know, the plot was probably the weakest part because it is quite short for such a big blockbuster film. It's only an hour and a half, which is just crazy. And the things that happen is kind of hypocritical as kind of plots. So you're just like, why are you bothering with that shit? Like, I mean, the best part was kind of when he went into Earth and was trying to, you know, adapt to Earth, Idris Elba, and that was a lot of fun. I watched that and I was enjoying that bit. That did not last long. Nothing really lasted long in any specific area or scene. And a lot of the stuff they said was kind of weird. Like, it was hypocritical. Like, there's one stage where they're like, you're wounded. You can't just rest. You can't just rest it off. This is not going to heal itself. So what you need to do is just rest and it'll heal itself. Like, literally shit like that. You're just like, what? Like, I just feel like they didn't read back the dialogue at times. Like, it was just weird. It truly was weird. Like, it was just dumb shit going on in this movie at parts. But this movie, I don't think I'm ever going to go back and really say, oh shit, I better watch that. It's going to be a lot of fun. But it was just an enjoyable movie watching it. That was truly what it was. If I was trying to look into more of it, it probably would have been a really bad movie. I didn't kind of look into a lot of it. I just kind of enjoyed what it was because I knew it wasn't going to be such a great film. And apparently for the people that have read the books, I don't recommend seeing this. I heard it's average for people that have read the books. So can't imagine that it's average for people that haven't read the books. So people that have read the books, I've heard you're not going to have a fun time at all. So I really don't recommend seeing this movie for anyone. I can't recommend a movie that I just found average, honestly. You know, there's specific things that I go, oh, that was good, but you check that out. This movie is kind of just there. I feel like I'll forget about it. I feel like the build-up wasn't really worth it because it was a big blockbuster film leading up to it. You know, big Stephen King novel with Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey. So we thought it was going to be a huge budget film. And it wasn't quite. I mean, an hour and a half tells you all it needs to really tell you. I mean, every movie nowadays goes for 2 hours, and a huge movie like that only goes for an hour and a half. I think you're in a bit of strife. Again, I've spoken about my feelings towards it. I'm really hoping it's good now because they've already bombed the Stephen King one this year. Hopefully they don't do 2. And I would love to see great horror movies out there. I love horror movies, and I like to see more predominant ones just develop into good shit like Annabelle did, and Conjuring and all that stuff. So this movie is just there. See, it's just there. But I don't think I can really talk about it like it's a great movie or talk about it like a bad movie. I had no real problem with this movie, but I had no real love for this movie at all. So just see, split it out in the middle, bang, see, there you go. Thank you guys for watching. As I said in my Logan Lucky review, I am fully up to date. This is my last review, and I can't even be like, I got a review, a movie I'm going to watch today or tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not seeing another movie for 3 days, and I've got nothing to watch, nothing to review. So I'm really excited to be finally fully up to date. I watched this movie 4 days ago, so I'm excited I got a review. This is probably the quickest I've had a review out in a very long time. Thank you guys for watching. Of course, you can like, subscribe, and have a good one.